Hi, I'm making this one up from a sketch I've just done on here, and I've got the board at a 30-degree angle so that the paint isn't affected so much by gravity as it is when I'm working upright. If you hear any strange noises, it's my little grandson who's got a hammer in his hand with some nails. I'm trying to keep him occupied as well. So, I'll wet the paper all over. It's just a Essex Lane. You can see anywhere, just a couple of trees along a windy lane, a bit of distance and a tree there. And I'll put some figures in and a fence, just a pot boiler. So how to work from an imaginary scene. Right, I'll just mop up the water at the bottom. I'm going to try and use a limited palette. I'll try and get away with just the raw sienna, light red and ultramarine, see how far we can go with it. Possibly a bit of Payne's grey. So 4 colours, we'll see. So we'll have quite a bright day. Sorry, a helicopter's going over there. A bit of light red in there as well. All the way across. These big winter trees. Well, that's a lovely summer's day. And we'll have some cloud. Just a light red mixed with the ultramarine. Right, a bit of darker one on the top there. Okay, with my brush. Well, as you can see, the painting has grown somewhat with the wet. So I'll just reclip it like that. We're being invaded. Right, they're still a bit wet, so we'll just leave that to dry for a little bit. He thinks I'm talking to him. Right, soaking in okay. I'll risk putting the background. I'll use a bit of Payne's grey and a bit of blue to clean it off from yesterday's efforts. Always have a piece of rag handy. Just drop in a bit of distance. Pulling the hairs out. The loose hairs, now it's running down a bit. Bit of raw sienna in there. Now I'll, with a bit of tissue paper, I'll just blot that horizon. It's gone a bit too. I want to keep the horizon fairly clear. I always have a bit of tissue paper handy for just lifting out. Don't mind a bit dropping down, but yeah, that's okay. Right, let's try it quite nicely there. Well, and under that I can put a very light field colour back on top of where the paint dripped or soaked through. I'm working under a bit of duress with this baby stitching yarn. But he's a lovely little chap.
Who is?
You. Who is? And he's great fun, so put a bit of dark in across there, just to vary. Bit of a field in there. We can justify that later. Let's just put in this road with a bit of Payne's grey. It comes down, round there and round there. He's trying to bang in a little panel pin and a bit of hardboard. When he hits his finger, put in some hedgerow. Oh, that's interesting. It's given us a line of trees along there.
Oh, goody. I'll put the trees in. So this distant one here is going to go up here. We'll put that more blue, bit of grey. The rigger, I think. Some ivy clinging to the tree. Ivy? My dad's not connected.
We'll take this one up too high. one, and now we'll go up with these other ones here. So these will be warmer. A bit more red in there. So it's more of a brownie colour, so we'll get them in. I'm not following the drawing underneath, that was just to remind me that there are several trees. You can get quite a thick line with the rigger. If you use the brush like that. It's a bit of... Right, I can concentrate now, he's gone. And this one's behind, so I won't make that one quite so warm. Go back to the rigger in a moment when I put the canopy on. Still not too sure about working with this angle, but it's good to try different things, otherwise you get set in your ways. And right, just go a bit higher. So when I put the canopy on, it will justify all these twigs and branches. So back to the hake now. I'll do this tree, just get this in, just in a cool colour. Oh, it's got to show. Now this one is going to be much warmer, so a bit of sienna. Still a winter scene, bit of grey, bit of all those colours. Just use that bit of the brush, and I'll put some lighter raw sienna in there, just to warm up some of the twigs and right now we'll put in a bit of a hedgerow there. I'm going to use the Payne's grey. Oops. Quite a dark mix in there. Getting a little bit warm in here. Right, so I'll leave that bit alone there and I'll go across to this side now. Get those in fairly cool colours this side. Yellow in there. When I say yellow, I mean the raw sienna. Now I think I'm going to go across the back here and justify that cauliflower area there. They'll dry out because I put the tissue paper on it to lift out that horizon. So if I'll go in with a bluey grey mix, to mix the yellow, the grey and the blue, and we'll just so it still gives another plane here with the blue behind. That's all right, I quite like that. Let's just keep that flat there. That's across there. I used to do a lot of this doodling, really. This doesn't really exist. I'm not sort of working from anything. It's a great master of this sort of view was Roland Hilder. I'm going to mix a bit of raw sienna with the grey and dry brush across here. And then we can put a bit of a hedgerow going across part of this round, and as the road goes around, or the lane goes around there, we'll put a bit of on the grey side.
that real one a bit darker than. Nicer copy views from your photographs, but most of the demonstrations I've done are from photographs. And the thing is, with a photograph, you have to learn to be selective. That needs to be a little bit stronger, that tree, to match the intensity there. You can't put it all in. That's the thing with working from photographs. If you're not an experienced painter, you try to put it in because it's there. You think it's there, I must put it in. But that's not the attitude. You need to be able to simplify, to put in what's important and change things around, make it yours. Make it a painting that has your signature on it without anybody seeing the name. They'll know who did it by the actual painting. Like, you know Van Gogh, you know Turner, you know Seago. Their work was just had that mark of. And the light, we've got to establish a light source on this one, coming from the left. So I'm just going to strengthen that little tree up a little bit. I'll have to do it with the rigger because I painted it with the rigger. Just a little bit of warm. Then we can put a bit of a shadow in. A bit darker there. Now it's quite a cold wintry scene, this, and I'm going to, I think, strengthen up this canopy, these canopies. Warmer still. Right, put my dry brush in there. Sort of ploughed fields, just a bit of interest. I'll give that a dry. Oops, sorry. I'm not, look to see if my twigs are as good as they can be. And I've lost my little needle. I don't know where it's gone. That's not in the water. Ah, got it. Right, a little bit of fence. Just a bit of interest. Smashed it. You can really get lost in these sorts of branches and end up overdoing it. Okay, figures. Oh, this is only an experiment. Not sure if I'm 100% convinced about the angle. With the winter coats on, walking along. Shadow. Right, okay, so very, very bleak scene. But as I've said on a number of videos, I do like a bit of bleak. Put that in the mount and see what it looks like. use your blue mount, makes it look even colder. Well, it's a bit muddy, but then considering I had a grandson interfering. See if I can twist that round a bit. Let's zoom in. The figures. Walking along the lane, some trees, bit of hedgerow, very simple. No portraits, just an impression, leaving the eye and the viewer to put in the missing bits. I quite like that for a half-hour doodle. I hope you enjoyed that. Not one of the greatest, but it says enough about the landscape that I like to paint. I love flat landscape, ploughed fields, and gentleness. And you have to look for the verticals, like the trees and telegraph poles and things, to break the monotony of what is otherwise a flat landscape. But then flat landscapes can be very beautiful. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.